Hi guys, and welcome back to a new video. In today's video, I will be talking about the Hallows End event. This is one of the holidays event for Halloween that just started today and that will last until the 8th of November. And I will explain what exactly you can do during this event, all the type of rewards you can get, and also I will go through the new rewards you will be able to get in 2024. Also, just as a reminder, all these different things, all the quests and the vendors will be located for all players in the ruins of Lordaeron outside of Undercity right here. And then for Alliance players, it will be just outside of Stormwind City. So this is where you will be able to find all these different vendors and to have all these activities available. So let's start with the new rewards you will be able to get during this year's edition. So first, as you can see from one of the main vendors, you will be able to get these new items right here. So you have first this Patch Harvester's Claw and also the Patch Harvester's Golem Post, which is a cloak. So these are parts of one of the recolored versions of the Harvester Golem set that we can now get in the game. So this one is the one you can currently get through the trading post. And then the one you will not be able to get is this one right here, the Patched Harvest Golem. So as I mentioned, you can buy the weapon and the cloak from the vendors with the different tricky treats. But then if you want more of them, you will need to do the Headless Horseman. And here, when you open the bucket that you receive at the end of this encounter, you will have a small chance at getting some of the pieces from the whole set. So you will need to do it quite a lot before you are able to get the full set. Next to that, we also have these new ensemble. So we have this one with these two masks, and I think these look actually really cool. So we have this one or this one, and also the shoulders that go with it. And so you will be able to buy both of these items for 150 of the different tricky treats and also 50 for the shoulders from the same vendor. Now, when it comes to the other rewards that were already added into the game in previous editions, first we have, for instance, this Held Enough End item that was added last year. Then we have a lot of different type of cosmetic items that you can also buy. We have a lot of different toys. Again, these have been in the game for quite a long time. And then next to that, you can also buy these different costumes if you want. And so this is something that you will only be able to use during this event, or at least you will only be able to buy them during this event. And of course, next to that, you have a few other loots that you will be able to get from the encounter with the Headless Horseman. So you have first the mount, and as you can see, I still don't have this mount, even though I've been farming for it for the past probably 15 years. But this is one of the mounts that you can get during the event, and again, this is a very rare drop from the loot field pumpkin you will receive when you kill the Headless Horseman. Then you also have, for instance, this pet right here, which is Arthus. And so Arthus is also one of the rare drops that you can get from the loot field pumpkin. Now, in terms of the main activities you will be able to do during this event, the first one is, of course, killing the Headless Horseman. This is something you can do on a daily basis on each of your characters. You will only be able to receive the epic version of the Lootfield Pumpkin if you're doing it on a level 80 character, or probably between 70 to 80. Also, it's very important to note two things here. First, if you are doing it in hard mode, so in order to do the hard mode, you just need to accept all the different curses before the fight with the Headless Horseman starts, and you just need to click on this guy and ask to get cursed. If you're doing it in hard mode, you will have a better chance at getting some of the rare loots from the loot field pumpkin, so I would really recommend you to try and do it each time. Also, on the first character of the day that you're doing this fight on and that you're opening the loot field pumpkin on, you will have a greater chance at getting some of the rare items from the pumpkin, including, of course, the mount, all the different Transmog items, and the pet. So you really want to make sure that when you're doing it on the first character, it's a level 80 character and you can actually get the epic loot field pumpkin, and also do it with the curse because it will increase drastically your chances at getting the mount and all these other cool rewards. And of course, again, the mount and most of the other rewards will only drop from the epic version of the loot field pumpkin. Otherwise, you won't be able to actually get these different items. So then, next to that, of course, one of the main activity linked to this event is simply farming the tricky treats, which is the currency linked to the event that you can then use to buy all the different rewards from all the vendors. So the main way for you to get some of these tricky treats is simply to go around all the different areas in all the different expansions and to pick up these different treats from some of the different towns and villages in these different areas. So in the friendly towns and villages where you go, you just need to go next to the innkeeper, and usually you will have a loot-filled pumpkin that will offer you a quest, and here you just want to complete the quest, and then you will receive a little container that will contain some of these different tricky treats. And if you're doing it in some of the other towns where it's not friendly, I believe it's very similar, and you also need to just do something very quick in order to get some of these different tricky treats. So overall, this is something that is really easy to do and pretty fast, especially now that we have dragon riding or sky riding unlocked everywhere. Also, if you want to make it as efficient as possible, you can download the add-on and the notes, and especially the version for the Hallows End in order to see all the different buckets. And so here, as you can see, when you will go on your map, you will have all these little symbols that will let you know exactly where these different buckets of tricky treats are available. And this is something that works really for all the different zones, including Kazalgar. So I would really recommend you to get this add-on because again, like that, you will be able to get all these treats super easily. Then next to that, you will also be able to get more of them when doing the daily encounter with the Headless Horseman. So usually you will get between 5 to 9 of them. So this is definitely something I would recommend you to do on a daily basis because this is probably one of the easiest way to get some of them. And finally, the other way you can get some of these tricky treats is simply by completing all the different daily quests that are available all around the main area, which is located right here, again, for all players. And then for Alliance players, it's located in Stormwind City. And so by doing all these different daily quests, you can also have even more of these different tricky treats. Finally, during this event, you can also get an increased experience and reputation buff. So here, all you want to do is go where there is the big Wickerman that is being burnt, and you just want to click on the Wickerman ashes. And as you can see, you will be able to get the Grim Visage buff for all players, and you will have another version for Alliance players, which will increase again your experience and reputation gains by 10%. So of course, if you also add that to the other ones that are linked to the WoW 20th anniversary event, you will be able in total already to get plus 30%, which is really useful. So I would encourage you to get these on your different characters, especially if you're trying to upgrade your renowns or if you're trying to level up some alts. So that's pretty much it for this quick guide. Let me know in the comments if you're excited or not for the new rewards for this year. I will be back very soon with more guides and more videos, and in the meantime, I wish you all a great day. Bye!